So before discussing about the module SAP MM, we start with the introduction to the ERP. What are the ERP packages available in the market? The goals and objectives of ERP. Then history of SAP.
Okay.
How this SAP is providing the solutions to the industries.
Mhm.
What are technical modules? What are functional modules?
Okay.
The business process
Mhm.
and the necessity of SAP MM module. The
Mhm.
purpose of SAP MM module. Where the business process of SAP MM module will start and where it ends. So first, what is an ERP? So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So enterprise means a well-established organization or a company. When we take any organization, we need some sort of the resources to run the organization, like manpower, material, machinery, money, and method. With proper planning of purchase, production, sales, quality, maintenance. Any company using the resources by planning to improve or to develop or to grow rapidly by planning of all these resources like people, machines, money, materials, etc. to run the day-to-day business process. We call it as a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Now in the market, there are so many ERP products or packages available. We cannot give an exact figure that these are the number of the ERP packages available. You cannot say 10 ERP packages are available or 15 or 20. There are so many ERP products or packages available in the market. For example, in India, there is a product called Tally. Previous down the line 10 years back or so, or 5 years or whatever it is, famous for accounting package. Very small scale entrepreneurs are using this product, this Tally. And in the recent times, down the line 3 years back, I can say, it is declared as one of the ERP product and which is listed under ERP segment. Now it is renamed as Tally ERP, used only in the country India. If you go out of the country India, nobody knows what is this product called Tally. Okay. In the similar manner, there are so many ERP products like IDMS, Qualcomm, Focus ERP, Wings ERP, which are used in different origins, in different countries, which are not used in the country India. Like how this product Tally ERP used in the country India, in the similar manner, there are so many other ERP flavors which are used in other countries, other origins. But I don't know about this IDMS. I don't know about this Qualcomm, Focus ERP, Wings ERP. But they are there, which are treated as ERP segments. So that's the reason there is no figure. You can say 10 ERP products available in the market or 15 ERP products available in the market, etc. If you take globally, universally, these are the ERP packages or products available in the market. They are not only the ERP packages, apart from that, they are the companies, they are the organizations. Only the fourth one is just a ERP product, but it is not a company. JD Edwards. It was founded by 3 people, James David Edwards, but it is not a company. Where are the remaining flavors are? They are the organizations as well as ERP products: SAP, Oracle, PeopleSoft, Bond, Microsoft Dynamics, Ramco. Companies as well as ERP products. So whatever the ERP packages or products available in the market, in the ERP environment, SAP is the aggressive leader in the ERP environment. The aggressive product and aggressive company. So we can say 80 to 85% of the market has been captured by SAP itself in the ERP environment. If you talk about who is the next competitor, means you may consider Oracle. You may, but not a compulsory. Whereas the other ERP products, they are just for namesake as of now in the market. Okay, they are just for namesake. And you might be seeing in somewhere some companies may be using Microsoft Dynamics, but even those people also migrated to the SAP. So all the non-SAP ERP products companies who are using has been migrated to SAP itself. Coming to the goals and objectives of ERP. The reason for going for ERP implementations are using application in day-to-day business process to increase productivity, reduce the cost of production, increasing system performance and customer satisfaction. That is quick ROI to the company, where ROI stands for return on investment. The fourth one is very, very important. Customer satisfaction. That is quick ROI to the company, where ROI stands for return on investment. Now we talk about our product called SAP AG. It's a registered and trademark. It is not only an ERP product, it is an organization, company founded in the year 1972 by former IBM employees. So these guys are working previously in IBM company. They came out of IBM company and they started this company called SAP AG, where the company located in Waldorf in Germany. I think you have heard the name of this place called Waldorf. That is SAP headquarters. We should never pronounce it as a SAP. Always we're supposed to call it as a SAP. Stands for System, Application and Products in a Data Processing. That is the abbreviation or expansion of SAP. And AG, that is the naming of the companies in Germany, which is similar to Limited in India, Incorporation or Corporation in USA, UK, etc. So AG stands for AG. And these are the 5 Germans who are the ex-employees of IBM, came out and started this company and the ERP product. Dietmar Hopp, Hans von Hector, Klaus Wallenruther, Klaus Schira, Hasso Plattner. So they are the 5 Germans. Previously, they are working in IBM company. They came out of that company IBM and they started this company called SAP AG and the product called SAP ERP product. Now coming to the architecture. First, R stands for real-time data processing. 1, 2, 3 are called system architectures. Tier is nothing but scope of a computer. Single tier means your standalone system. Example, our personal computer, which is used for personal purpose, for checking any emails, booking the tickets, etc. IBM mainframe system is called R/2. In 1990s up to year 2000, there was a very big boom for IBM mainframe system. There was a serious bug in 1999 to 2000, Y2K. This IBM mainframes has ruled the world at that time. So it is divided into 2-tier architecture. Presentation layer and application layer is in one layer, database layer is in another layer. Next, R/3, that is our SAP system, is divided into 3 layers. Presentation layer, graphical user interface, application layer is web application, and database layer is Oracle, DB2, Sybase, etc. This is the system architecture of SAP. Now, how this SAP is providing the solutions to the industries? This SAP ERP product is divided into 2 segments. What are those? technical and functional. We call as a technical modules and we call as a functional modules. People working in the technical side, we call as a technical consultants, and people who are working in functional side, we call as a functional consultant. So that is a designation given in the ERP environment. Now coming to technical modules, these modules are suitable for the people, number one, who are already working in IT industry, in the software industry, as a developers, programmers, administrators, etc. And people who are freshers after their educational credentials from the colleges, academic, and people who are good at IT skills, IT knowledge, are recommended to go for technical modules. It means there is a prerequisite if you want to learn any of the technical modules. There is a prerequisite to learn any of these technical modules. Now coming to the functional modules, they are exactly opposite. What are these functional modules? Let us say, for example, I will take an organization, Asian Paints. I think you might have heard of this company. Their business runs SAP. And he is the oldest customer to SAP, which was implemented in 1990s itself. Now in this company, Asian Paints, they have so many departments. What are those? Accounting, controlling or costing, procurement or purchasing, warehouse, production planning, quality, maintenance, projects, personal and administration, safety, etc. So these are the departments that are maintained or active to run the day-to-day business process in the company called Asian Paints. Accounting, controlling or costing, purchasing, warehouse, production planning, quality, one second, sales, maintenance, projects, personal administration department, safety department, etc. So these are the departments which are active and where the day-to-day business process is running by active of all these departments. These departments are supposed to be treated as a functional modules in our SAP ERP environment. These departments are segregated or subdivided as functional modules. Accounting, it comes under FI. FI means financial accounting. You need to remember the shortcuts as a consultant. CO stands for controlling. Previously, down the line 3 years back, FICO is a single module. We call it as a FICO or FICO. Makes same sense. So we supposed to call it as a financial accounting and controlling. Now SAP is cut it into pieces. Now SAP is saying is SAP FI is one module, SAP CO is another module. So FI stands for financial accounting, and the guy who is working in this module we call as a FI consultant or FI functional consultant. CO consultant, controlling. Purchasing or procurement, materials management. Warehouse management. Production planning. Sales and distribution. Quality management. Plant maintenance. Project systems. HR, human resources. Environmental health and safety. So what is this safety department means? In each and every organization, especially if you take pharmaceutical, chemical, food industries, drugs, cosmetics, healthcare, in this type of industries, the safety department plays major role. Of course, in mechanical automobile companies also safety will be there, but instead of that departments in this type of companies, safety plays major role. Why? What is the reason? Because the employees working in this environment in this type of industry segments, they are going to deal with hazardous and perishable materials where it may cause their life in danger. Okay, they may die also. So that's the reason there will be one safety department. An engineer is called safety engineer. So he has to provide the set of guidelines day to day. People who are performing a task, an operation, or an activity working in this type of industry segments. Okay, and that department we call as a safety department, and the module we call it as in SAP is environmental health and safety. Like this, if you take any organization, okay, any industry, it may be retail, mechanical, automobile, consumer, telecommunication, utilities, etc. Okay, the SAP is providing the solutions. If you take another non-SAP ERP products, they don't know this module called warehouse management. They don't know about PM, QM, PS, EHS. They will not support. They will not support means, first of all, they don't have that flavor itself. Okay. So this is one of the main reason. Okay. The SAP is a leader in the ERP environment. Okay. So it is only one organization, one ERP product as of now in the market will support to almost all the industry segments, as it is providing more and more functionalities which are suitable for the business process. Now, for example, the Asian Paints company is there. Now, instead of SAP, they are going for any other ERP product. Now, they came to know they are not able to support these modules, QM, PM, PS, and safety. Then what is the use of that ERP product? Again, the Asian Paints should go for these 4 functional models to SAP. So instead of using 2 flavors, go for 1 flavor. Even the quality wise, even the price may be high. Okay, but you're getting all the flavors in one segment. That's the reason SAP is the leader in the ERP environment. Apart from that, it is only one company and only one ERP product where it will support in almost all the international language, guys. Okay, in whichever the flavor you want to implement SAP, yes, SAP says yes, I am ready. But apart from the SAP, the other ERP products, they will not support. And these are the base functional modules in our SAP ERP product. Apart from that, you have advanced functional modules also. These functional modules are suitable for the people who are already completed training on the previous functional modules or who are working. It's mandatory. Now, let us say SRM is there. A person completed training on MM module or working on MM module can go for a module called SRM. So MM is mandatory. CRM, customer relationship management, background of SD. APO, advanced planner and optimizer, background of production planning. And in some cases, MM people also can do, but very less. EWM, extended warehouse management, MM and WM. BPC, business process consultation, FICO. And specifically for industry segments like IS retail, oil and gas, utilities, healthcare, automotive, pharmaceutical, media, banking, railways, mills. Like this, you have different flavors in our SAP ERP environment. So for all these products, your base functional modules is prerequisite. Coming to software versions in SAP, in the olden days, they started with version 3.0. Then they came with 3.0, 4.0, 4.5, 6, 7, etc. The latest version is ECC 6.0, EHP5 or EHP6. Version to version, the hardware wise, the software wise, the business applications wise, the data security wise has been tremendously increased. Where ECC stands for Enterprise Central Component, EHP stands for Enhanced Package. Simple. If you take 15 years back or 20 years back, we're supposed to have a Nokia phone or any Motorola phone. I think these are the two companies who have started this mobile world. Application will be same. Today the mobile also same functionality. Making a call, receiving a call, or you can send a text message and you can receive the message. But there is a lot of difference, right? In the present system, in the present device, everything you can do it. But base concept of mobile is making a call and receiving a call. Okay, but what makes the difference? In the today mobile device, you can do everything, every applications. In the similar manner, if you consider the older versions of SAP with the new version, the software wise, the hardware wise, the business applications wise, security wise has been tremendously increased. And this is the installation of SAP by industry: insurance, media, banking, automotive, oil and gas, public sector, telecommunications and utilities, manufacturing, materials, services and transportation, retail, consumer products, pharma, chemical, aerospace, defense, engineering, construction, high technologies, etc. As I told you, SAP is a ERP product or ERP package. So each and every module is integrated to one another. Okay, so each and every functional module is integrated to one another. So what is this integration? We'll discuss. Next, we'll discuss the functional modules. So first of all, logistics. What is meaning of logistics? A person is there, he is having 15 to 20 years of experience in manufacturing company, and he is a layman to software, zero IT skills, IT knowledge, wherein that guy is having experience in different industry segments, and he has worked in almost all the departments like purchase, production, sales, quality, maintenance, etc. What does this mean? It means he is having totally the logistics experience. We can call it the supply chain management. It means right from identifying of the need of the raw material, interaction with the vendor, purchasing of the raw material, payment, then issuing the raw material to the production department. Production process goes on. They produce a finished material. You check the quality of the material. Finally, ship the finished material after picking and packing and receive the payments from the customer. This total part comes under logistics. stands for materials management. This module totally deals or talks about purchasing activities, how it takes place in any organization. Identify the need of the material, interaction with the suppliers, creation of the quotations, selection of the suppliers, creation of the purchase order, receive the material from the vendor, goods received, then finally receive the invoice and release the payment to the vendor. All these activities will come to a module called materials management. PP stands for production planning and control. The main agenda of this department is production of the finished material by performing different types of operations or activities or tasks. Again, in production planning, you have different types of planning activities. What are those? Make to order planning, make to stock planning. Make to order means you have the meaning in the statement itself. Whenever customer place an order, then only I will go for planning. Okay, unless and until my company will not go for planning. So I need to get the order from the customer. Based upon the customer specifications, I will start production planning. So there is the impact of the sales order. Make to stock planning means my company is not expecting any order from the customer. We plan, we execute, and we make the stock of the material available in the stores. Whenever customer places an order, directly deliver the material. All your supermarket items, grocery items. For this, you don't need to have the customer order. So like this, depending upon the planning activities, the production planning people are going to produce a finished material. Next, sales and marketing department we call as the sales and distribution module. Okay, it will support all the sales and distribution activities like pricings, given customers, interaction with the customers, receiving the order, on-time delivery of the materials, picking, packing, transportation, route determination, checking the quality of the finished material before delivering to the customer, proper packing, proper labeling, deliver the finished material to the customer, sales billing, and finally customer is doing the payment to the customer to the company. So all these activities will come to a module called SD, sales and distribution. QM stands for quality management. Obviously, when you take any organization, each and every material, whether it is a purchasable or whether it is a producible, we need to check the quality of the material. Unless and until we don't check the quality of the material, neither the stock of the material will be placed in the warehouse, nor you will remove the stock of the material from the warehouse. All the quality related activities will come to a module called quality management. PM stands for plant maintenance. So obviously, when you take any organization company, so we are going to use different types of machineries, equipments. Example, compressors, pumps, heat exchangers, DC motors, AC motors, diesel generators, IC engines, refrigerators, cold storages, boilers, blah 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 blah. When you keep on running these equipments or machineries 24/7 365 days, at regular intervals of time, we need to perform some services for smooth running of the machines. So all the services and maintenance activities will come to a module called plant maintenance. FICO, financial accounting and controlling. So this module totally deals with the accounting and costing, receiving the payments from the customers, releasing the payment to the suppliers, estimation of the cost of the finished materials, to capture the cost and the expenses that takes place in any organization is totally controlled by the module called FICO. Customer service is nothing but service manager. And what is your HR, guys? It's nothing but your personal and administration department activities will come to a module called HR. Like this, you have different functional modules in our SAP ERP environment. Now coming to technical side, ABAP. It is a programming language in SAP. Stands for Advanced Business Application Programming. For example, you are working in software company as a developer, as a programmer. Again, in programming, you have so many flavors: C, C++, Java, .NET, C#. Like this, you have so many programming language flavors. So people who are already working as a developers, as a programmers, again, they want to migrate into SAP as a developers and programmer, you can go to a module called ABAP. So if you want to learn ABAP, it's mandatory, I can say, or it's compulsory. At least you need to have the basic fundamentals of the programming language like C, C++. It's not even optional, it's mandatory. Because there the faculty will not show you how to write a programming on C, C++. Directly will start the programming coding on ABAP environment. So if you want to digest that, so it's basic funda, you need to have some programming languages. And basis. So people who are working as a network administrator or a system administrator or database administrator, experienced people can go to a module called BASIS. Stands for Business Administration System Integrated Solution. So this is how our SAP ERP product is divided into technical and functional modules. Now we'll discuss about the business process. This is very important. You take any organization. Now you said you are working in one organization. Okay, whatever may be the nature of the business of the client or customer. The procurement types are classified into two categories. What are those? External procurement, internal procurement. Let us say a customer, Alex, or a company, they need a finished material. What is that? D is a finished material. End component, assume. This finished material D is a result of raw materials ABC. It means if you have the raw materials ABC, then only you can produce D. Therefore, this customer will approach to the company XYZ Private Limited, whatever it is. And the requirement of the customer of the finished material is 1000 tons of the material. So customer and company, the relation between these two will be sales order. So company has accepted the customer requirement. So we call as a demand management or independent requirement. Now I have accepted the customer requirement. Now I need to check the availability. That is called availability check. It may be material, manpower, machinery, equipments, materials, etc. Then the word comes MRP. In this context, MRP is not called as a maximum retail price. No, we call it as a material requirement planning. It is a powerful planning tool. It will decide what type of planning you have to go. Because company cannot blindly purchase the raw material, or any company cannot blindly produce a finished material unless and until when they are in need of it. That will be determined by MRP. The first case is no stock available. What is the meaning of no stock available? The customer has placed an order to the company to execute it. Parallelly, the company don't have the stocks of the raw materials. That is called no stock available. Then what happens? The company will go for planning, and the order is called planned order. As a company don't have the enough stocks of the raw materials, so we need to go for purchase. We call the document as a purchase requisition, PR. Now, from where you are going to purchase the raw material? We need to find out the source, right? Source determination, that is vendor determination. So once you identify the vendors, then how you are going to approach the suppliers? Will you send a WhatsApp message to the vendors, or will you send a mobile message? No. As a buyer, the company will approach the suppliers in the form of quotation, called as a RFQ, request for quotation. So I'll send the quotations to different suppliers. We don't know basically whether they supply the material or not. So these suppliers will receive the quotation sent by the company. If they are ready to supply the material, they will get back. They will say, okay, Shekhar, we are ready to supply the material to your company, provided these are my terms and conditions, my warranty, my services, reliability, blah, 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 blah. Next, this is vendor 1 says. Vendor 2 says, okay, Shekhar, we are also ready to supply the material to your company, provided these are my terms and conditions, discounts, my services, reliability, blah, 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 blah. Then after receiving all the quotations from all the suppliers, price comparison for the quotations, and we'll select the supplier based upon price, quality, delivery, and the service. Now, as a buyer, I know the material what I want to buy. Now, I know the source, supplier, vendor from where I can buy. A relationship between the buyer and the supplier is so-called PO, purchase order. In shortcut, we call it a PO, but we call it as a purchase order. So it is a legal document which is created between the buyer and the supplier. Once order is created, if it has to go for approval, it will go for approval process, which will be approved by your manager, senior manager, vice president, senior vice president, CEO. That depends upon the organization hierarchy. So once purchase order is approved, confirmation of the purchase order takes place, vendor will deliver the material to the company. Then GR with reference to purchase order stands for goods saved. So once you receive the material, once you check the stock of the material, the quality of the material, then receive the invoice from the vendor. So verify the invoice and release the invoice for the payment to the vendor, done by the financial department. Right from identifying of the need of the material up to payment to the vendor, this total cycle comes under a procurement called external procurement. That is the result of our module called SAP MM. The purpose and necessity of SAP MM module, where it starts and where it ends. The other name for MM is purchase to pay or else order to pay. The other case is stock available. What is the meaning of stock available? The customer has placed an order to the company. To execute it, the company is having the stocks of the raw materials. That is called stock available. Then what happens? So here also planning will take place. And the order is called planned order. Now the company is having the stocks of the raw materials. Therefore, directly we go for create production order, release the production order, supply the raw materials to production department from stores, goods issue. So production department people will start whatever the production planning activities they need to perform, then confirm the order, and finally GR with reference to production order, goods receipt. You technically complete the total production planning for that production order, and production order settlement takes place. Finally, stock is placed in the warehouse, check the quality of the material, picking, packing, shipping, loading and unloading. Finally, deliver the material to the customer and receive the payments from the customer by sending the sales invoice or sales billing. So here, company is going to receive the payments from the customer, financial department. This total procurement comes under procurement called internal procurement that leads to a module called PP, production planning. So guys, this is finally the integration. See how each and every module is integrated to one another. So customer places an order to the company, it triggers MRP. Once MRP is triggered, MRP decides what type of planning you have to go. If the company don't have the stocks of raw materials, obviously you need to purchase the raw material. That is external. What is the meaning of external, guys? From outside you are going to purchase the material. So start with external purchasing. External business process takes place. Accounts payable, payment to the vendor. Then issue the raw material to production department. Production planning activities takes place. Costing or controlling department people will estimate the cost of the finished material. Then after checking the quality of the material, again as the customer has sales order, ship the material, invoice, accounts receivables, payments by the customer. So like this, it is integrated to each and every function model. It's a very, very important. This is a basic fundamental flow diagram. You need to understand it. What is external procurement? In which case you will get external procurement? When you go for external? What is internal procurement? In which case you will go for internal procurement? Okay. Yeah. So this is the normal procurement cycle. Requirement identification, source determination, selection of the vendor, PO processing, monitoring PO, goods receipt, invoice verification, payment processing. A standard purchasing cycle. So to perform all these activities in our SAP ERP environment, we need to design or we need to frame the organization structure. We call it a SAP organization structure. A group of functional consultants, after understanding the total client current business process, they will design or they will frame this organization structure. The same diagram also we can see in our SAP ERP system. Provided we need to configure, we need to customize each and every organization element. Then we need to assign. Then we call it as a organization structure. And this is the course content of our SAP MM module. Introduction. Then we are going to see explanation of organization structure, master data, purchasing, document types, that is configuration of the purchasing documents, release procedure, that is purchase order approvals, how it is approved by your manager, senior manager, etc. Pricing procedure, how you are going to maintain the prices and conditions from supplier to supplier. So what is this pricing procedure means? I have two suppliers. Let us say, for example, supplier A, supplier B. If I create a purchase order to supplier A, I need to get the conditions which I have maintained to supplier A. If I create a purchase order to supplier B, I need to get the conditions which I have maintained to supplier B. That is the concept of pricing procedure. Services, automatic PO creations, then inventory management. Again, in inventory, you have different scenarios: goods received, goods issued, transfer posting, how you are going to move the stock from one plant to another plant, from one stores to another stores, from one stock to another stock, material to material, then return delivery to the vendor, reservations, movement types, etc. Then physical inventory process. And we have some exceptional business process like consignment, subcontracting, stock transport order, pipeline handling materials, returnable transport packaging, third-party processing. Pipeline handling process means materials which are maintained through pipes and cables. Electricity, petrol, water, diesel, liquids, any material which is maintained in pipes and cables. Those materials are called pipeline materials and the process is called pipeline handling process. Then batch management, how you are going to handle the materials in the form of batches, especially in pharmaceutical, chemical, food industries will use it. Then split valuation, how you are going to value the material based upon the grade wise, high quality and low quality. Then invoice verification. After that, we are going to see how our SAP MEM module is integrated with another module called finance and controlling, sales and distribution, production planning, warehouse management, and quality management. So this is our course content, what we are going to discuss in our training program.